Hi, this is Miniature Model Paul. With this little short video is for Ron Calvary from Winnipeg in Canada, and basically we was discussing on the text, as you most probably seen if you are watching Ron, is the fact that he's got the hole at the back of the under the hole where the propeller shaft goes into the kit. The actual hole itself is way too big, and the actual metal rod that they to provide for the drive shaft for the propeller is actually just drops in and flops around on it. And I must admit, I thought myself, is mine the same? I went to my box because I haven't started my kit in any way, shape or form. Well, I have now. And basically got it out and thought, yes, it's exactly the same as a Rodney, which you would presume it would be, because they're both the same hole really at the end of the day. And mine's a Nelson though. Obviously the only difference with mine is it's got more anti-aircraft armour, because it was actually, mine was depicted in the model, was depicted in 1944 Normandy, so hence that's the reason. And plus our aircraft carriers are about, and they've got plenty of air cover from when battleship formations go around. So anyway, just to get back to the so what I did is I thought myself, I already thought about an idea of how to do that just by looking at it, and I used plastic card and a hole punch. A paper hole punch that you use in the office. I've had mine for a long time. When I left retired, I bought a hole punch hammer with me, and I've been using it ever since. But not for that, just for paper. But what I found is if you put the actual bit of card into the hole punch, you get a circle. And I done 4 or 5 circles just to see how good they was, and they come out. And obviously, because they're plastic, you're putting for the hole punch, it's got a curve to it because of the way it pushes down, which isn't an issue, because all you do then is you get your Tamiya flatteners or holders or pinchers for photo etch, and I just tapped it down and kept tapping around in circles until it's nearly flat. It didn't have to be 100% flat, but nearly flat. And then I put it to the hole inside though, not on the outside, on the inside, and basically then shaped it so it fitted into place, and that's what I did. And it took a little while, but it wasn't, I suppose when you think about that, overall it took me half hour to put the 2 plates in place ready for dealing with. So once I got the 2 circles shaped with a sanding stick, just keep going in there, it doesn't take long. You find it more like a sort of nearly a wedge, but not quite. It's still got a circle at the bottom bent wedge. It's no problem, and they fitted in there lovely. So then I left them for about 10 or 20 minutes, and then what I did is I went round with my sprue glue, which is that. Where's the bit you can see? Wait, ain't it funny? Oh yeah, there it is. It's there. It's white, and the reason it's white because the plastic card I used for the actual filament inside the hole is white plastic card, and that's what I use for my sprue glue, because it's better than, I think it's better than the actual plastic that comes with the kits. I've always found this works really good. So I did that, used that, just painted it round, and it sealed any little gaps in it, and done it on the inside and the outside. But on the outside I just did it sort of very lightly, coated just where it joins. And it doesn't matter if you go over the middle, because it's going to, when it dries, it melts into the plastic. Once I left that for them for a few hours. I went downstairs and watched the film with the wife, and then I come back up here, and then I came into here and I drilled a small hole, pilot hole for each one, the small hole, so that I can actually get the parts up. And then I drilled with various sizes up to this, and it was about 3 sizes I think, up to the size that I needed. I got the drill size by actually holding one of the shafts up to, this is the Dremel set I had with my Dremel press that come, and I found one of them was more or less a perfect size for it. It just gave it a little bit loop. It's 2.4 it was on here, but if you just try the drill, and as long as it's a fraction more than what you got for the actual rod, the shaft in the kit, then you're going to be home and dry really. And that's what I did, and I built it up. Now I was going to, and the actual plastic size, and I've already done it on the caliper to admit it, is 0.64. That's what it was. So there you go. I can turn that off now. So turn that off. Here we go. I did zero it back before I started to make sure it was the correct size. I'll put that over on the case. And that's what I did, and the result I got, I've actually started cleaning the hole up as well, because this is going to be my next in-between build. I'm already building a Wallace and Gromit vehicle, which I've done an advertisement after I finished the Storm Tiger, which you can see the instructions do over there on that. So I'll be doing that. Then the next build that we do with Greg, because we got quite a few buddy builds going on. So and next one will be something, but when that one finishes, I shall, or if it's I'm waiting for something to dry, then I can actually work a little bit on the actual Nelson. So that's what my plan is now. I have actually got a showcase for this anyway, so it's actually I got it made. It's a bit like, I'll show you one other case later on in another video at some time, but I've got 1 or 2 cases like it. They're perspex, they're made up, but they're actually moulded and welded, and they look really nice, and they look crystal clear, and that's really good. So anyway, but back to this then. So this is what it looks like now. So I'm going to come off now and go to the desk because it's easier. I tried to hold it up earlier on. By the way, this is my second take because I forgot to put the microphone on. So I sat here chatting to myself for quite a while, and I realised there was no microphone. And I should know because on my screen I can see the speaker bit, the microphone's recording is working fine on there, but I didn't see that last time, but never noticed it. Anyway, as I said, it's what I call old age. Anyway, so here we go. So I'm going to go to the bench and show you what I've done. Right, here we are at the bench. I've got to do a bit of editing because I forgot to turn the camera on. I'm doing a real good job today. Anyway, so as you can see, this is where I've got, and if I zoom in on one, I'll just have to turn it around slightly, go to there and come in and see what I mean. That's what it looks like, and the shafts do still move, and they're not tight and they're not loose, if that makes sense. And I will be doing some aridite inside. I'm mixing epoxy resin. We just mix it up a little bit, and on the inside, when I'm happy when I've put the propellers, which I've got to cut off already, when I'm happy when I've got them on the end after they've been cleaned up, I should put the propellers on there permanently and then push it in till it gets to right in, and then go inside and then actually glue the shafts in place as well with the aridite. That's another way of doing it. Just to give it, I don't think it's needed, but I'm going to be, better safe than sorry. So I'll be doing that. So that's what I've got, and they're both exactly the same. Now they do need it does need a bit of clean up still. I mean, I've been cleaning up, and I think this part actually runs around anyway, so I'm going to have to check on that. But yeah, so yeah, I've started the Nelson. Wasn't planning to, but Ron basically tricked me into doing it. Anyway, no, but I'm quite happy because my kit's been in my collection for a little while, and I was really looking forward to doing it, and it's given me the opportunity to do it. And the good thing is because of the way the ship's designed, like Ron's doing, sub-assemblies, gun turrets and all that, I can actually put them in boxes, and as I finish them, put them to one side, and I may even spray them at the same time and do that as well. So yeah, so I hope this is okay. Ron, I didn't actually physically show you me doing it, but I think you get the idea that I used an old punch to get the actual circles, and then I shaped the circles bit by bit to fit it nicely on the inside, and then glued and pushed them in snug, and then made sure that it was flush, and they really were. And then I did, as I said, once they dried up, I'd actually put some of that white sprue glue around it, and it's like paint, a little bit, you just put it on, and it gives it a bit of more strength as well, and inside gluing and outside gluing. And then once that was dry, later in the evening, I drilled the holes and up to the size I needed, buying through the different sizes. Going slowly, I mean, I didn't use a power tool, I used it on a pin vise. And it worked really well. So that's what I did, and I think it looks okay. I know some suggestions about using what they call it, brass rod, and I think if it's radio controlled, I think that's what the boys do. I've got brass rods, tubes, sorry, but I decided this would be an easy one. It's plastic, so it all melds into the plastic. It's not going to be moving because I'm not going to have my propellers running around and round. So that's what I've done, Ron. So there you go. I hope this helps. So show you what I did. All the time you've got no deck on it, you've got plenty of time to do. I've actually got some struts over the deck. I've decided to finish tidying up the hole a little bit so that I can put it aside, ready for when I start it kosherly. So anyone who knows that this is my second what do they call it, in between build, because Greg takes a long time because he does a lot more extra stuff with his models than I do, so weathering, doing diamonds and everything, so I'm going to have plenty of time to do other things as well. And at one point I might just say, well, I'm going to stop for a little while, and while he builds something that he wants to build, and then I'll get on with this a little bit more. So anyway, but I'm looking forward to this one as well, and there's something else I'm looking forward to know, and Greg knows what that is, and it's top secret. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this. I think I about rambled on a little long. I hope I've explained it clear enough to what I've done, but you can actually see what I've done, and it did work, and I'm really pleased with it. So I've got still a sanding to do, but as Greg knows, I do like sanding. very relaxing. Right, thank you very much, and I hope this helps, Ron. As I said, I think I've said that already, and I'll catch you in the next video. Happy modelling.